Hi, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I am Coach Sherri, and this is my podcast, Real Talk with Coach Sherri. So, I am seeing so many videos now with people over 50. I think people over 50 are ruling YouTube right about now. There's a lot of videos, hashtag over 50, why you should start your YouTube channel after 50. And, I know that YouTube definitely attracts people of all ages and all decades. And so, I was just wondering, how does it feel? Do other generations feel like, the 50-year-olds are taking over? I don't know. Because, that's what's attracting me is because I am over 50, but maybe there are other hashtags why you should start YouTube over 20, over 30, over 40. I don't know. Let me know because if you're keeping up with that and if you are in that age group, definitely let me know if there are those other age group hashtags. But I just wanted to come on here real quick. I haven't been on live in a while. I think it was like 11 days ago, 2 weeks. And I definitely want to continue using the Restream. I'm paying for it. I'm still kind of figuring it all out. But I do enjoy this platform. It definitely gives you more of a studio feel here in this back office. And I just have to, get used to doing it with more frequency. But I was thinking about why you should start a YouTube channel after 50. I actually have a pre-recorded video regarding that because I think you should. I think all age groups should start a YouTube channel. I actually started this channel when I was in my late 30s. So I don't even know if that all counts. It really doesn't matter your age, just get started. It's just that once you hit 50, it life just starts to look different, feel different for you. And if you're watching this on the replay and you are over 50 and you agree, let me know. Or if you're over 50 and you don't agree, you might still be trying to figure it out. There are still some 50-year-olds that are trying to figure this thing we call life out. Just because you are 50 or over doesn't mean that life stops, that new things won't be coming up to you, that you won't be trying new things, and changes may be going on in your life. I know as women and men, actually, all of us, life changes health wise. Things start to happen beyond your control sometimes, no matter how good you may take care of yourself, there's just some things that happen with your health after 50 that's inevitable. And so I'm fortunate. I have not started menopause yet. Hopefully, when that time comes, it won't be as bad as I'm seeing other women go through with it, because those personal summers, from what I can see from others, are no joke. And I'm really not trying to have those hot flashes. But if I do, then that's what I do. And I won't be alone because I look around and I see so many people going through that. But I felt like when I turned 50 that this was a new beginning. I remember at the age of 49, I could not wait to turn 50. I look at my life in decades, from 0 to 20. Those were the adolescent, teenage years, those times when you just live life on the edge. You have no fear, you have no responsibility, and you are just experimenting and trying things and meeting different people once and not staying connected, and just having a great time. Every season is completely different, every school year, every holiday, and you're just looking for ways to enjoy life. And then from 20 to 30, you're trying to still enjoy life while trying to make as much money as you can. You know that you are getting into the professional world, you're transitioning into adulthood, and you just want to see, how can I put all this together to take care of myself, to be self-sufficient, to be professional, however, still having that young spirit. So you still want to do things that you have done in earlier times, but you just want to really kind of take it all in stride and not do anything too risky. I see Lisa J. Stocks is in the building. Hello, how are you? Glad to see you today, this evening. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well. You know what? I don't even think I titled. I sure didn't. I didn't title this restream. I, I I was trying to figure it out. I know with StreamYard, before you go live, there's this whole other dashboard where you have an opportunity to title your live, write a description, even add a thumbnail, set the time when you want to start, and all of that. For some reason, I mean, I know it was there somewhere, but for Restream, not so much. With Restream, they just say, "Come on in. You wanna go live? Go live." And so that's basically what I did. So I know I will have to go back out and rename this and everything. But since I'm just on here talking, just catching up with you, I I'm going to see where this conversation is going to take us. So I may not even title it what I thought I was going to title it at the beginning. But so in the 20s, you're experimenting. I know for me, I got married at 25. So I'm married. I'm a married woman, still enjoying life. I felt like I was married to my boyfriend with my husband because we didn't start having children until 4 years into our marriage. So it was just a wonderful, wonderful moment just to have that us time. And then in the 30s you start to have your family. You are maybe making different types of investments, starting businesses. And of course in your 20s you can be starting businesses as well. I definitely did in my 20s, started my own business. But in your 30s, a lot of times you have even more knowledge. You might be making bigger investments, doing a lot of travel, and just really exploring and seeing life in a different lens because you're not in your 20s anymore. You're far from your teens. However, you're not even close to middle age. So you're still young, but you're more seasoned. And then when you're in your 40s, it all starts making sense. All the experiences that you've had is starting to come together, and it's coming together, and it's starting to make sense in terms of what career you're on, what path, what type of business really would be most appropriate and aligned with you. And you start having those aha moments like, wait a minute, this all makes sense now. And you're putting it all together. I see Lisa is asking me about the price increase. Yes, that's why I'm over here. That price increase, it was what, like $49 at StreamYard, and for Restream, it's just $16. So it definitely, made me change because I don't go live enough to, make it make sense to spend $50 a month on a platform that I may use twice a month, three times. Even if I use it once a week, that's four times a month. It still is not going to pay for itself. So I did some research, and I know a lot of content creators also use Restream. And this was a great alternative. I'm just doing it. I paid for the year, so I'm going to at least try it out for a year. I do know that Apple, if you have an Apple computer, there's some type of live streaming there. I know another content creator slasher chick was looking into Zoom. I would love to be able to go live using Zoom as well because I know all of the back end with Zoom. But again, when you're in your 40s, that's when the puzzle pieces start to make sense. You can start seeing the picture. But when you turn 50, ooh wee, 50 is that decade where you know what you own what you know, and no one can really, take that away from you. And hopefully your posture is strong enough by the time that you're at least 50, where, I'm not saying, you cussing people out on a regular or anything like that, but you just really are owning who you are. You're being your most authentic self. You've been there, done that, and you know what works and what doesn't. And you are at that point where you don't need to make that same mistake twice or at all, because you learn from other mistakes that other people make. One of the things they were saying that when you're over 50, is that you because of your experiences, it's easier maybe to find your niche, to find your tribe. You want to you're able to do more engagement. You can give better advice. There's so many content creators out here that are using their life experiences and just doing storytelling, and sometimes through that people can relate to it, people understand, they see how they overcame that. That's why when I'm coaching someone and they're telling me of something that they've gone through that is the most remarkable thing, good, bad, or indifferent, I always tell them, remember this moment, because this test that you're going through, this trial that you're going through, is your testimony. And you have to retell it. You have to tell your story because someone else may be going through it or about to go through it. And I feel like the life that we've lived up to this point, I'll be 55 next week. But the life that we've lived up to this point is filled with wisdom and with valuable nuggets to share, and also having that relatable content. Some people might think, well, that was back in the day, but guess what? Things come around. It's a circle, what comes around goes around. Nothing much changes. When I talk to my young adult children and the things that they are experiencing in life, I'm like, yeah, I've seen that before. Or, it sometimes I get really excited and it's like an aha moment, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is still happening out here in these streets. Or listen, this is kind of how I navigated a situation similar to that. And so, you can focus on things with lifestyle. If you're trying to think of topics, if you're over 50 and you're like, but Coach Sherri, what will I talk about? I do have all those experiences. Well, you can talk about beauty, health, lifestyle, the unique needs that we may need, things that go on in our life, in our body. A lot of times, we have friends that were childhood friends when we were young adults, and when we get together, yeah, it's great to laugh and reminisce, but let's have some real talk about things that are going on with our bodies. Sometimes something that you may be going through, you may be doing something to help it in an extreme way. And someone in your circle may have gone through the same thing, but they found a better way, of less invasive way to handle it. And if you just communicated with them, then maybe you would have a different choice. I know, later on, that's for another conversation. I'm going to talk about a situation that I experienced. And I believe it's going to help someone because when I talk to other women about it, a lot of times they're like, they're looking at me because they did the extreme procedure. And the lesser of the two was never even given to them as an option. And it wasn't given to them as an option because sometimes the medical profession, people in the medical profession, they just want to just take everything out and just say, you're done. You don't even have to worry about anything else. But sometimes, you want to kind of keep your stuff. And but if the doctor is telling you, no, you got to take it all out without giving you those options, then you believe the doctor. Why not? That's what they went to medical school for. But, if you do a little research, maybe have conversations with people and you hear about other alternatives, and then when you talk to your doctor, and give them those other options, sometimes the doctors will be like, oh, wait, you're right. That might work for you. That's why even when I was caring for my mother and they were just trying to give her the random things that they give to everyone. And after having researched certain things, like even down to her trachea, I was like, I don't want her to have that metal one. I want her to have the one that's made out of silicone. And they were like, well, this is the one that the hospital has. And listen, I told them, I said, first of all, don't treat her like she's a cookie cutter. She's customized. So she deserves customized treatment. And that means that we want the best thing that's going to be most comfortable for her. And from working in law and having friends that were pharmaceutical sales representatives, I understood that sometimes people get these kickbacks. You write enough scripts for this, then when we have a big dinner event or a getaway workshop, quote unquote, we'll take you and your whole office. So I told the doctor, I don't care how many dinners you get for, giving your patients this particular type of trach. My mother needs this one. I don't care what vacations you get sent off to. That has nothing to do with us. And they were looking at me like, wait, what? Almost like I was telling their secret. But I know how the game goes. So don't let any doctor that you go to, treat you like they do every other patient. Does You require customized treatment. Your body, your experiences may be similar, but you are different at the same time. So I think those types of conversations, especially when people are talking about over 50, need to be had for sure. Being more empowered and being more positive on YouTube over 50, I think is going to be important. The things that we pour into ourselves, the conversations that we have, things that we read, listen to, whatever, it can impact our lives. It can impact our health. And so over 50, we need to know better by now and do better. We can't focus on the doom and gloom of the world. That's almost a given. Look for that glimmer of hope, that glimmer of life, and try and be more encouraging to the people that are coming to your channel to get that word. Embrace the positiveness of life, and embrace the good things that are going on in your life, and don't always try to find the chips in the armor, because there's always going to be a chip in the armor. But why are you still knocking on it and trying to chip it away? There's Listen, people are talking about stores that are closing, and food and this and that. Now, I'm gonna tell you, don't let the toilet paper or water go someplace, because that's a challenge. But at the same time, you can't have that. Oh, this is going to happen. Yeah, it may happen. It has happened before. I look at even with Asheville, up in the western part of North Carolina, during the storm that just happened with Helene. And, there were a lot of people that had sustainable lifestyles up there, farms, animals, vegetation, different things to survive tremendous events in life. And I remember seeing one of them had a huge storage unit. It was huge on their property. And the river overtook a big part of their property, and they were filming this. And they literally saw their storage unit that was filled with canned foods, foods that they harvested and were putting away for a rainy day, putting away for the doom and gloom of the future or whatever. And all of it washed away. Animals died, drowned. Their harvest, their gardens got damaged and destroyed. And it was like, wow, they was just saying, all look at all that money, and they didn't have flood insurance. And so that was something that's real. And so think about the things that you really want to focus on, that's going to uplift your spirits. you know um Use your money to enjoy your life. Yeah, I'm not saying to not prepare for what you can prepare for, but listen, if something comes through and destroys everything, it's going to destroy everything. And then what? And so definitely just try and, be as uplifting for yourself, but also for others as you come on to YouTube. Don't start your videos off with a frown. And I know sometimes people do, but that's not really what their content is about. Sometimes that look just makes people curious, because for some reason people prefer the bad news over the good news. Bad news travels fast, unfortunately. But just for your health and your well-being. And why can't we change the narrative? Why can't it be that videos that have a more positive spin are more popular? It doesn't have to be that the ones that are the doom and gloom are making these numbers. It doesn't have to be that. We can always change the narrative. And having that community engagement. I feel like over 50, we understand the importance of Networking is kind of a lost science because of COVID, and even prior to that, just people being on their grind and not really looking up and seeing who and what is around them, and truly appreciating it and connecting with it. I remember, meeting so many people that were just connectors, natural connectors. And so that's why the community engagement is really important. Thinking about your community wall, even if you are not monetized, but if you have at least 500 subscribers to your channel, you could have a community wall. And on that community wall, why not use it for good? And when you see a great video that resonated with you, share it on your community wall. There may be someone in your tribe, someone that follows you, that also needed to hear that would also find value in that content. And I feel like people over 50 definitely understand the value of doing something like that. Putting up a post that's going to, again, inspire and perhaps transform someone and have them rethink something. The word is powerful. And when you read it and really it resonates with you, it can really make some great changes. You don't know how a person's day is. That word may be the one thing they needed to get them through. So I feel like if you're over 50 and you want to start a channel, consider those things, as you are developing your channel and trying to figure it out. I would say don't think too deep, don't think like, oh, what is it? And da da da. Sometimes just push record and let it flow. That's basically what I did this evening. I just, decided, let me just push record and let it flow. I wanted to come on here for just a few minutes. I know, let me see, what time is it? Oh yeah, I'm going to get ready to go. If you don't know her, check her out. Be Amazing Sylvia. She has a live on Thursday nights. I believe it started at 8:30. So I'm gonna head on over there now. But she has a live on Thursday nights and it's a shorts. So if you have shorts as part of your content, um, what do you call it? As part of the content that you create, you can create shorts, pre-recorded, live videos. If you have shorts, definitely check out Be Amazing Sylvia, Boss Life Online, and Pandy's Hair Candy and More, or Making Money Moves with Pandy. They have different times throughout the week when they have different content creators come on and everyone checks out their shorts. It's really a fun way to connect with people. And, that's some real grown stuff, just connecting in an authentic way. So I don't think I'll be able to drop her channel in the link right now because I just don't know how to maneuver all that. But I will put it on my community wall. I believe it started already. So again, I'm heading over there. I appreciate you for stopping by and checking me out. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And remember, every single day, practice. Practice every day because you just never know. And listen, that practice might be the game. So when you practice, practice as if it is, so that when you do go in, when you do get that opportunity, you will always win. It's been my pleasure being here with you tonight. Leave me a comment if you are watching this on the replay and let me know your thoughts. All right, everyone. And thanks, Lisa J. Stocks, for stopping through and dropping down into the chat. I appreciate you.